Okay, fellas, listen up, please. Listen up. Very, very tough ask today. We've got Hertha Berlin away. We've got Spurs at home. And anything less than 6 points is going to be end of story as far as Europe goes. So what do you guys reckon? What are you capable of? Night out at Club Cadillac. Let's go.
Synger samman till segerskroppen Maltan Grindavik Och jag vet vattnen ger idag.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on the Impossible Dream. It is Season 10, Episode 10 today. We are away at Hertha Berlin in the Champions League, at home to Tottenham, and we need 6 points if we're going to get out of this, out of the league phase and into the knockout round. And it's going to be difficult, but we do have a old boy back on the coaching staff. Christian Magoma's here. He will hopefully help us. He's an under-19s coach right now. Only a National C license. He's already studying for the next one, and there might be something there, but I don't know that he's going to be anything major at the club, but we'll see. It's always good to have these old guys back, and of course Sayas and Lidson are already at the club, or were already at the club, so we're getting the promotion band back together again, so let's hope that they can find that form and take us into Europe. Anyway, there's not too much to catch you up on. We're more or less in the off season right now, so let's get straight to things here and see what we're doing against Hertha Berlin. So just a quick reminder of how things look for us. We scroll down and down and down and down and down, and we will eventually get to ourselves. You can see Hertha is there in 20th with 7 points. We have 3 points in 32nd. 6 points today will take us to 9. That will be very close to being enough, if not enough. Our final game is away to Juventus. Now, Juventus are currently, if we scroll back up and up and up, they're up there in 9th. So that's a bit of an ask, but Tottenham at home in 6th. I mean, it's going to be tough, isn't it? But Champions League is supposed to be tough. So let's see what we're doing here. We are expecting a 4-3-3 out of them. So more or less they are matching us up. And this is the team that we're sending out. It is Rafferson in goal, Tom Jones, Immonen, Degen and Juleson. It's Jonsson, Wemberto and Bakali in midfield. Now Wemberto is on loan from Tottenham. I think he's going to be able to play, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Palacios and Higuain will be the wide players. Alaku goes up front. A reminder, Kosh and Christensen, the centre-back, have both gone back from their loan, with ended at a random time, unfortunately. But otherwise, it's all it's more or less a fit squad, with the exception of Depe. And, a backup goalkeeper as well as injured. So really pray for Rafferson. We don't want Ardell having to come in, ideally. So, yeah. Please be fit, Rafferson. Alright, so we can see the team sheets there. Do we recognise any names in their lineup? I don't think so. If this was a game that was at home, I'd give us a little bit more of a chance. A fact that's away from home, I think, is going to make it quite difficult for us. We need to sort of channel the first half against Atletico Madrid here, don't we? And then make sure we actually show up for the second half. Alright, and here we go. We will be voting on your Viewers Player of the Year in between the two games as well. So don't miss that if you skip from game to game, which you shouldn't do. It's very entertaining the whole way through the episode, I promise. But I'm sure people do that. But yeah, so just don't miss that. Next episode, unless we miraculously get out of the league phase, will be the end of season awards. So you can tell by the fact that I'm pretty much the awards have been planned. We've booked the we've booked the hotel. I'm fairly certain that we're going to not get out of the league phase this time around, which is disappointing having done it last time, but the draw we got this time was it's definitely the hardest draw we've ever got, because the last time we got a bit of a nightmare draw. We still had Midtjylland and, was it the Norwegian champions? So we still had 2 games where we could realistically get something, whereas this one, it was only really PSV at home was the only real... Degen, I'm sure the goalkeeper called that, mate. Well, that was the only realistic chance we had of getting points. Now, thankfully, we did get the win in that one. And we had a close call against Atletico Madrid, which really we should have won, shouldn't we? And that would have made a huge difference. But outside of that, we've not really... I mean, we've kept the scores, for the most part, respectable. But, we've not really been any threat of beating these teams or taking points off anybody else, I don't think. As Degen gets sold up the river, goes in too quickly, and it's a good finish. But Degen went to win the ball, didn't, and then just gave the German player there enough space. Look at this, he just missed it, didn't he? And we just couldn't quite recover. And it is a cracking finish, to be fair. And we go 1-0 down, which is obviously disappointing. What's this? A free kick for us? No, we'll never know what happened with that one. Here we go. Aliku over a free kick now. Chips it in, and Dagan with the header. He does owe us, I think, after that. Hopefully he will feel the same way. We've got some anxious-looking players, but we've got another... Oh, it's off. He's off. He's off. They're down to 10 men in the 38th minute. All right, now this is a chance. Higuain draws the foul. And, well, now we do have a chance. Can we get level before half-time? Oh, and they're down to 9! They're down to 9! Higuain has got another one sent off. And now, well, this is a massive chance now for 3 points. A massive chance for 3 points. All right, gonna need to. Okay, so let me think here. We've been unlucky. Keep going, basically, is what we need to say. Now, I need to have a little think about the best way to do this. We need a second striker, don't we? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are making a change. We're taking Albert Jonsson off. We're getting rid of the defensive midfielder. We're bringing on Baltinson to play up front. Aliku in behind him as a shadow striker. Wemberto will become a deep-lying playmaker, but on support. Bakali will stay as the advanced playmaker with Palacios and Higuain in wide areas. We're going to look to exploit the flanks. We're going to play at a higher tempo, pass into space. There's going to be a lot of space around, and hopefully we're going to manage to get 2 goals in this second half and get a huge 6 points. It would just be massive, wouldn't it, if we could get if we could do it. Come on. There's an argument to say do we actually want an out-and-out second striker as well? Okay, let's take it off pass ball into space. No, let's maybe lower the tempo. We just need to play around them, don't we? We need to tire them out, and it should come to us later on in this game. Juleson with a cross in. It's headed away. Jones to Aliku. Look at Bakali. Bakali's got time, space. Oh, it's off the crossbar. We needed that, didn't we? Come on. Ball into the back post. It's headed away again. Tom Jones is there. Can't win the header. Let's just give them another encouragement here. Time is ticking by, and we've not really done too much to threaten them. It is only 1-0, of course. So it takes a second to be level. Degan should get to that. He does. And let's see what we can do now. Wemberto running into a bit of a tight area. Palacios to Bakali. If we can spread it now, surely we've got space. It's there for Tom Jones. Tom Jones back for Bakali. Oh! He had to score that. He's only playing a 6-4. You've got to come off, mate. I'm sorry, but you've got to come off. Mashalek can come on. Yes, Mashalek can come on. Higuain. We're going to go to wingbacks, I think. Okay, so we are taking off Higuain and Palacios, the wingers. On come Jose Antonio, deep-lying playmaker, just to try and get on the ball for us, basically. And then Gadini comes on. So we've got Aliku, Baltinson, and Gadini as our front three, I think for the first time ever. And, well, we need goals, don't we? And that is a good one. Just overhit ever so slightly, but putting pressure on the back line there. Tom Jones now. What can he do? It will look a little bit silly if we can't break them down, won't it, with 9 men, I've got to say. There's a good ball. Is he onside? Gadini! I don't know that he's onside. It's going to get checked. I'm not going to get too excited because I think Gadini was off. Come on. Oh, he wasn't. He was on, and that's 1-1. All right. He says it's his first of the season. We've ticked over to the new season. I've got a cat hair in my nose, as I always seem to do. No, it was close. I think maybe... Well, he obviously is on because VAR checked it, but we'll see how close it was. He has come from deep. Yeah, he's timed it perfectly. So, well done, Gadini. Off the bench, leading the way. Let's go and get a second now, boys. Gadini wins it back. Tom Jones has it. It's there for Immonen. Forward for Aliku. Back for Degan. Degan for Juleson. Juleson! Oh! Keeper gets a decent save. Mashalek to take the corner. We've still got our 2 big centre-backs, Degan and Immonen. Can we pick one of them out? Back post, it's headed away. It's there for Baltinson! Oh! Cooper with a save! And Antonio is offside from the rebound. Come on. Clock is ticking down. Let's try and demand more. Oh, this is such a missed opportunity if we don't take it. All right, what else can we do? Let's raise the tempo up now. Let's not work it into the box. Let's just get the ball in there. Arguably, we should have been doing this maybe a little bit sooner. And can we get something in stoppage time? Oh, it doesn't look like it is. They've done a decent job at defending it, haven't they? We were definitely the better team. We maybe should have moved to this formation a little bit sooner. But there it is. It's a point. I don't think a point is going to be enough, though. I think if you look at the, Bakali hitting the post and the other chance that he had, there was enough in that game for us to suggest that we could have and should have. We should have won it. There's no doubt about that. Against 9 men, we should have won it. If we can go and beat Tottenham at home, at least we're a chance. But I think we need 9 points, and we really did need, given the circumstances of that game, to win it. So teams have secured the playoff spots, but it's not our super sub Gadini rescues us. It is money. It is coefficient points as well. So that, we shouldn't be overlook that. But guys, wait right there. We're going to come back. We're going to have our off-season break now, I believe. So we're going to lose all our match sharpness. And hopefully we won't have too many bids coming in for players. But Tottenham at home, it's a must-win. Alright, it is now time for you to vote on your Viewers Player of the Year. Thank everybody who nominated. We had more than we needed for nomination. So what I've done is I've taken the 4 with the highest average match rating, and I put them to you as the nominee. So in alphabetical order, the first man is the great Australian, Antonio Bakali. 14 goals, 14 assists, an average match rating of 7.63 for him. The second man is the king of the academy. It is Neil Baltinson. 29 goals, 5 assists, an average match rating of 7.84. The third nominee is, the king of the club, really, isn't it? It's Gadini, Fausto Gadini. He has 23 goals, 4 assists, and an average match rating of 7.44. And the final man is Albert Jonsson, our defensive midfielder, of course. 5 goals, 8 assists, and an average match rating of 7.33. So the way this works, if you're not familiar by now, there's a link at the top of the description down below. Click on that, it'll take you through to a straw poll where you can vote, and we will announce the winner of our MVP or our Player of the Year at next episode's end of season awards. All right, let's go see if we can keep this Champions League run alive. Okay, welcome back. We are getting ready to face Tottenham now. Now, a reminder, 50 goals is going to be a new Champions League record. We currently have 46, so we need 4 goals in our last 2 games against Spurs and Juventus. It's a shame we couldn't have got a couple more against Hertha Berlin, and we may have been able to get that record. I think we equaled it last year, didn't we? I think we got to 49. So, yeah, we'll see what we can do this season. Now, we are in the middle of the January transfer window, which means we've had some bids coming in. For the most part, we've been able to keep people happy. Palacios, Tom Jones, and Baltinson are the unhappy ones. Palacios, to be honest, I'm willing to let him go, just not yet. But yeah, so once probably this will be sort of this Champions League campaign will be his last with us. But the issue we have is that because Kosh's loan ended early, we just don't have any other right wingers right now, so he has to stay to play out wide on that right-hand side. You can see it has affected the club atmosphere a little bit, but hopefully nothing that a nice Champions League win against Spurs won't fix. So we're expecting a 4-3-3 from them, but inverted wingers and inverted wingbacks suggests they're going to be quite narrow, doesn't it? And they are expected to be a gegenpressing side as well. We're going to be trying to exploit the flanks and basically doing the opposite to them. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Now, you'll notice I've done my best during, because we've had our off-season break, I've done my best to try and get us match fit or match sharp as much as possible and also not have the heavy match load. I failed on a couple of players there, but not too badly. And the one thing that isn't going to happen is Higuain play. He is done with us. He is his loan contract is up after this game. It really annoys me they can't play like the last game of they're still a loan. I don't understand why he can't play this one. We tried to do a deal with Manchester City for a mandatory 47 million fee at the end of the loan, but basically Higuain refuses. He doesn't want to join us permanently. So whether he can go and then come back again on loan is a possibility, but he can't play this one, therefore he won't be able to play against Juventus. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with him. But anyway, the team we're sending out: Raffleson in goal, Jones, Immonen, Degen, and Juleson as the back four. Jonsson, Wemberto, Bakali, Palacios, Nellam comes in to fill on that left-hand side, and Alakou is going to be the striker. The reason that's Nellam, he does have that link up with Tom Jones, so hopefully that'll benefit us. And yeah, this is a must-win game. If we don't win, we won't get through. Alright, so this is a Pep Guardiola Spurs side captained by Jude Bellingham. So they're obviously a little bit decent, aren't they? Christian Romero, is that the defender that's still there? Kim Holmberg, he's quite good. We tried to loan him from Bayern Munich back in the day. Sulik Kulusevski is still there. So there's quite a few familiar names around, but maybe a lot of them are just regens that I've come to know. There's no pressure on us. I think we did play them last year and they beat us, but I think we're just going to stick with the no pressure and we'll go with that. We have had a lot of bids coming in for players. And as I said, for the most part, we've been able to keep players happy, but Immonen is quite popular. So the thing is that, like, players, the teams that are coming in for him, it's like Serie A teams and big teams that are, I think Marseille's had a couple of bids for him. I don't think he's that good, but equally we're short on centre-backs right now, so I can't afford to sell him until the summer window. But yeah, I'm just a little bit... don't know what to do with him, because we've seen him make some really bad mistakes, but then there is other times that he's quite solid. But then, of course, the question we've got to ask ourselves, or I've got to ask myself, is he only solid in the league? And then when we see him in Europe, maybe he's a little bit hit and miss. At which point it doesn't really help us that much. But this is it. We've got to beat Tottenham. If we can get 4 goals in the process, that would be very nice as well. And we do have an early highlight here. Alaku with the gets the throw in. Juleson. Ball to the back post. It's Nellum! Oh, Nellum! In for Rodrigo Higuain, and in the 9th minute gives us the lead. We are 1-0 up over Spurs in a must-win game. I tell you what, if we do win this, that non-real draw against a 10-man, that took a deflection, I think, the cross. It just allowed Nellum to get underneath it. But yeah, that non-result against Hertha Berlin is really, really going to hurt us, isn't it? That's going to really get you where you don't want to get hit. Heart or balls, I guess, for either way, depending on... Oh, Juleson, he's recovered okay, but did still get caught in possession. Degen nicely cleans up. Oh, and when Berto's given it away, we're supposed to be exploiting the flanks, guys, because they're gegenpressing, and it's 1-1. We just kept giving the ball back to them, and you can't do that. You just cannot do that. And I thought we'd done well. He's looking for Bakali. The pass wasn't really on, but equally, he just kind of had to lump it over the top, didn't he? I wonder if that's what we need to do. Let's encourage them. See what we can do here. So we're up to 23rd, equal points on Barcelona. So, well, I think Barcelona may have just scored somehow. We've got a free kick to defend here in a dangerous position. Into the crowd. That's okay. That's okay. When Berto's match rating is taking a little bit of a hit from that pass as well, down to a 6-4. He is on loan from Tottenham, isn't he? I said that last game. Yeah, he is too. So he'll be keen to show what he can do, although he has given them a goal so far. That's a better ball, though, for Palacios. Palacios to Alaku! Oh, it's just off. We did do some work on chance conversion and chance creation in between the two games. It has been like an hour and a half, 2 hours since I recorded the last game, so we'll keep going with no pressure. Just playing through, our off season, and then it's been about a month, but it's a month of just non-stop bids coming in for our players. I feel like I spend half my life just rejecting bids for players. It's a little bit ridiculous, to be honest. But anyway. Oh, Degen. Oh, what have we done? What have we done? I mean, it's essentially an own goal, isn't it? We've got 3 players there. It was a heavy touch. We did okay, and somehow the ball has gone through 3 of them and popped out the other side for Kulusevski to have a tap in. All right, let's try demand more. Was that a foul? It looks like it's been waved as play on. And Immonen is there. We get it clear. I wonder if we... Oh, off the post. Degen is there again. I wonder if what we might want to do is play a higher line. And I wonder if we want to maybe not go direct, but certainly maybe not pass the ball short. Which is typically how we have played. Alaku's not having a great game. We do have good striking options on the bench. Palacios, we don't really have... We could put Jofferson out there. We don't really have another right-sided player, unfortunately. Yeah, maybe we should have been playing a little bit higher up, putting pressure on them. The issue, of course, is that you imagine a Pep Guardiola side is going to try and pass through you. So I didn't really want to open up the field like this to give them the spaces in midfield to pass through. But, I mean, we're working hard. You can see that. There's the ball over the top. There's the goal. And it is 3-1. And that might be the one that essentially ends our Champions League campaign. Let's get Baltinson on. Let's get... I forgot we have Zhenga to play out on the right. So we might do that for Palacios, whose head's not in the right spot. Also, actually, while we're making changes, we will continue with that one, but we've got to change things up here. Alright, so changes have been made. Palacios, Alaku have gone off. Baltinson, I didn't take him off, did I? No, I was going to... Oh, anyway. I changed my mind, but we'll leave him on. So we've got Baltinson coming on and Mashalek coming on. We're going to go with double Mazellas, and we'll see if this works. Then maybe we need to go back to this now in Europe. Yeah, it's a difficult one to know exactly what we need to do. Mashalek with the corner, headed away. And Jonsson can't quite. He wins it back, but there's just... Spurs look like they have an extra player on the field right now, don't they? Tom Jones, can he stop the cross coming in? He can't. Degan, though, can do enough to stop a clean header at goal. We need to score very, very soon if there is to be a way back into this one for us. Let's try berating and see if that works for anybody. And it doesn't look like it is, and our Champions League campaign is unfortunately about to come to an end. If we can get a goal back, 2 against Juventus, we break the record. Here we go with Baltinson. Baltinson's got Nellam in the middle, completely unmarked. He took too long. It's back for Julison. And we just tried to walk it into the net, didn't we? We needed to come in straight to Baltinson to Nellam, and we would have had a tap-in for Nellam. And he does have good finishing. He is sort of naturally a striker. We just use him out wide left because he has a left foot, basically. But yeah, I think when it comes down to it, I think... Oh, it's another one. Is it going to be offside? It was close. I think but basically when it comes down to it, this Spurs side is not the real-life Spurs. They are actually quite good. And 4-1 at home is disappointing no matter how you try and sugarcoat it. But I think they are just a very, very good team that is too good for us, unfortunately. Yeah, whether we try this 2 strikers up front in Europe or not next season is worth... What we should probably do is... what I praise them? Is we'll go out with that against Juventus, particularly if we're sort of lacking wingers a little bit anyway. No, we didn't do ourselves proud. That was disappointing. So we are 30th, 4 points, and with Juventus away to come, you do fear a little bit that is not going to change too much. Yeah, Juventus are inside the top 8 right now. Spurs are 4th. Nice, they are a good side, which is a little bit of a shame. It actually starts to make our draw look a little bit more difficult when you see Nice up there in 3rd, doesn't it? And Liverpool are down there in 8th, though if they were to win, it looks like they have a game in hand, 11 points, then they would be well and truly up the top as well. And when you look at the teams we played down the bottom here, PSV, who we beat, and that's pretty much it, isn't it? Who else did we play? Hertha, we took a point off when arguably we should have got 3 against them. 6 points makes it a little bit more interesting against Juventus. I mean, we can still, in theory, do it, although we need Celtic to lose, don't we? We just played all the top teams, it feels like, and that is what's Ustad or that what are they doing up there? Jesus, they signed some players off us too. So Guardiola celebrates his birthday. Happy birthday to him. They've qualified for the next round. Now Juventus have already qualified as well. Tom Jones will be suspended. That's okay. Depe can come in there for him. It does make me wonder, maybe, Juventus, if they're taking their eye off the ball, gives us a chance. But ultimately, it's not really going to matter, is it? Because we're not going to be able to get out of the group anyway. So that'll do it. Next episode will be the final game and then our end of season awards. So don't forget to go and vote for your player of the season. And I'll see you as we go to Juventus. 3 goals for us in that one. And we will break the Champions League goal scoring record. Take care.